not want to be tapped into our divine feminine energy?
You must unlearn what you have learned.
Do y'all know about Willie Lynch? And how he started the process to strip us from that, and how that psychologically our mental and physical and emotional and psyche is still wired like that.
Emotional damage.
And instead of us coming together and breaking the curse of Willie Lynch, we're still operating in it. Let me tell you something. A woman's natural feminine state is being a nurturer, it's being a helpmate, it's being a caretaker, it's being the lover, it's being the empath, it's being the emotional and just being the loving, nurturing woman that she's supposed to be, the multiplier, turning the house into a home, turning the groceries into a home cooked meal, as well as finding her own passions naturally, starting her businesses and working on her goals and working in her career naturally. But we are being forced to grind equivalent to that of a male and a female, especially Black single mothers. You can't tell a woman to go out here and be masculine, but yet she has to go to the car dealership by herself. So she has to learn about cars to not get played, because y'all tell us all the time, or if you go to the dealership, or if you go to, like I was saying, y'all tell us all the time, if you go to the dealership and they see you a woman by yourself, you're going to get played. So what do we have to do in this world when we're operating by ourselves, especially with children? You have to be the masculine male figure because you're in survival mode.
Now let's get one thing straight here. It's one thing that really pisses me off with these women when they want to sit over here. This is the prime example of I won't be feminine until he puts me in my feminine. This is a whole bunch of bullshit. What woman do you know is gonna accept a man being feminine until he finds a woman that's feminine enough to put him in his masculine? This is what I'm talking about, man, when these women hold men to traditional standards across the board, but not traditional themselves. You can't sit over here and say a man has to be masculine at all times, and you can only be feminine if a masculine man comes and puts you in your feminine. And y'all always tie it to finances. It always goes back to that. Stop this shit. You're not going to sit over here and tell me 50, 60 years ago when women started entering the workforce, all of a sudden they became masculine as hell just because they made